of this one. Cuba or Mexico, all South American affair. And as you mentioned, Sarah, the massive silhouette. Rafael Alba, the 25-year-old from Cuba, the men's heavyweight division. Rafael Alba on the mat and ready to go, and here comes his opponent. So here we go.
Too much energy, is certainly going to need it in the final.
No question about it. Well, the main man from Moldova in the middle, Stefan Raileanu, in charge of proceedings. And of course, the referees are in charge primarily of the safety of the fighters, but of course, the clean process of the game. Well, you mentioned the physicality and the quality. Let's see who can produce early in this one. Sansores having to jump up there to kick the Cuban. Rafael Alba in blue. Carlos Sansores, the Mexican, in red. But the only colour that matters at the end of this one is gold. The final chance in the final. The heavyweight men, will they bring the boom? Starting quickly, Alba with that front leg to the face. Sansores understandably tense and that trepidation, leaning back, keeping his head out of the road. Pretty wise stuff. We've seen what Alba can do. And the tension takes over here. Good fake from Sansores. Tries with a front leg push, and Alba just getting the intel, figuring out what's coming.
Excellent front leg reaction to the face from Sansores. That faking, that pressure. Great Taekwondo.
Yeah, as you say, sensational from Sansores. Lands that shot. Good back leg now, and it's sprung Alba into life. Mexican fans giving some encouragement for Sansores. They'll be happy with this start.
Definitely happy with that. Great Taekwondo, using the fake, drawing them in, lifting that front leg high, trying the punch as well on the inside. And Alba looking a little bit flustered now.
Yeah, as you say, Alba almost eating that punch as well. The big Cuban though fires out a front leg, just sneaks into the distance, pops it on the board, cuts it to 1 point with half a minute in the first. And the customary heavyweight pause, they're just gathering their breath. The referee's going to step in and say, get on with it to both.
It's like they allow each other to do it, isn't it? They just go, yeah, oh, is this the break time? Okay, let's have a break.
Definitely there's an agreement going on for sure. It's to say, okay, let's put our guns down for a moment. A little amnesty in the middle of the Manchester mat as we move towards the end of the first round. The big fake there from Suarez, but there's been nothing fake about this contest. The real deal from both. But Sarah Stevenson, that shot from Sansores right to the head, a real beauty.
Yeah, exactly. It was a beautiful shot from Sansores. Really going a little bit wild as he did in the semi-final. I think sometimes just be careful with that.
Well, care required as we move now towards the business end of this competition. The heavyweight men's matchup, Sansores in red, Alba in blue. One separates them. Good flick to the body there from Alba, using those long limbs. And they're back to that little tacit agreement to say, okay, let's have a little rest here. The referee says no, get on with it. Good front leg to the body. Lands though upstairs from Alba. Thinks about another one, the big Cuban. A cracking start for him.
And Alba really showing off his skills now. He's such an athlete.
And you mentioned the element of surprise. He's got every trick in the book. Little fake there. Reminiscent of Angel Matos, Olympic champion from Cuba. We mentioned the Mexican qualities. The Cubans have produced some top fighters as well. Can Rafael Alba add his name to that illustrious group? Halfway through the second.
Sansores certainly has the tactical mind to pull this one back.
As you say, that mind almost scrambled there by the front leg of Alba. He pops another one to the body, crams those big limbs in there. It's the 2 points that still separate them into the last 30.
The referee telling Sansores to stand up, fight on.
Easier said than done, of course. The big legs there of Alba battering into the body, trying to fake and intimidate, bemuse and confuse, but there's no confusing it at the moment. The big Cuban with the lead, 10 seconds, trying again with that front leg on the counter. Nice control of the mat, steps in. Just one Gamjon apiece as they circle, eyeballing each other. Front leg to the face, just fizzes past, and time ticks down on the end of the second round. The thing about the heavyweights here, it could happen in any division, but they've got that knockout power as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's an exciting way to do it.
Why not indeed, especially in the heavyweight division. It's all about presence, it's all about points, and it's now the final round of the final here in Manchester. The men's heavyweights, a touch of gloves, but it'll be a touch of class required from Sansores to get back here. Tries to fire in with the front leg straight away, wasting no time. The fast twitch fibres, what have they got left in the tank? We know that Alba's got all the skills to pay the bills. Can he land the big headshot that would put him into an insurmountable lead? Don't know what that was.
I think he's watching your fights again.
Just jumped away with intimidation there. Tries with the doubles on the way through. And a triple technique from Alba doesn't pay dividends, but crucially, kills a little bit more time on the clock. Back leg again. Well blocked from Sansores.
Sansores needs to do a little bit more. He's just asked the referee can fix his bottom of his shin guard there. Rafael Alba certainly not surviving. He knows better to do not to do that.
Yeah, as you say, in match management mode for a little bit too long. Sansores, back leg tourniquet blasts in there from the Cuban. Fires one across the bows as well, just missing the face. This one evenly poised down the stretch.
Both looking a little bit fatigued. And who wouldn't be? After 5 fights, reaching this moment, last 40 seconds.
Last vestiges of energy, drawing down on the years of motivation. Alba trying to flick that front leg to the face. Sansores might be well advised to try and work for a Gamjon or two. Half a minute to go. As it stands, Cuba taking the gold, and he's up on his bike and trying to move around. Very, very clever, and these 20 seconds will feel like a lifetime.
Needs a little bit more from Sansores. You are losing. Tries the punch.
Tries the punch, oh so close, and we are close to the end of the contest here. Back leg tourniquet, tries the back kick round the corner. Headshot from Alba, and that you would fancy would seal the deal. Into the last 4 seconds now. 5 points of a gap, that becomes 4 with the Gamjon. 4 on the board. Sansores swivels, spins, but it's silver for Mexico. Class from Cuba. The world champion, Rafael Alba, climbs to the top of the world. He managed it perfectly. A moment of class for Cuba. There's your champion. What a way to win. Amazing match, Sarah.
Oh, incredible. You know, it means everything to them.
Well, it means everything, and they gave everything, as did Carlos Sansores of Mexico. He came close, was in the conversation for a couple of rounds, including that fantastic headshot that started off the match, but he got better and better, did Rafael Alba of Cuba. And it's a wonderful win for the big man in blue, and he'll be back on the podium, grabbing gold. A foot in the face for Sansores, but it was sensational. Awesome stuff from Alba.